So you've been traveling in Argentina and you really want to stay longer, but you don't want to go do a border run. Well, that was the same situation I was in, and I looked online and I found that you can actually extend for another 90 days tourist visa right here in Buenos Aires, Argentina. So in today's video, we're going to show you exactly how to do that and what the outcome was for myself. So let's jump into it. But first, for a little bit of backstory or context. So for myself, I was coming up about the 9-month mark here in Argentina, and basically I already had done 2 border runs before this point in time. The first time I went up north to Iguazu Falls, going to Brazil, video link on that right here. And after that, later on, I went over to Uruguay. That was a good experience for a day trip to extend my visa another time. This time I knew I only need another 90 days overall, so I chose to extend right here at the immigration office in Buenos Aires. And we're gonna jump into exactly how you can go about doing that. Note, I wanna make this video as well because I found the information online quite confusing. There's a lot of information online and it kind of questions, do you actually need to extend? We'll explain more about that at the end of today's video. So we'll break today's video down to 5 areas. Number 5 is gonna be who should go do this? Who is it right for? Number 4, where exactly in the city do you need to go? Number 3, what things do you need to bring with you to make sure you're all set to meet the immigration agent? Number 2, when exactly should you go? Which days of the week, early morning or evening? And number 1, we're gonna bring you along on my journey, how it went for me with going to the immigration office here in Buenos Aires, and what you can expect in this experience. So let's dive into it. Number 5, so who is this right for? So if you're someone like myself and you've already done a few border runs and you want to just extend one more time for one more 90-day period here in the city, then this is right for you. Or if you're somebody who just came once on a 90-day tourist visa and wants one more 90 days and you know you'll be leaving after that, this is also right for you. Note with this extension, after you extend this, you're not allowed to stay further. You need to go do a border run. You can't extend twice in the city. You need to leave the country and come back. So note those aspects of extending through going to the immigration office here in the city. Number 4, where exactly do you need to go? So with that aspect, you need to go to the Antarctica immigration office right here in the Google Maps in the city, over by the Bus terminal.
All right, finally, so not too far from the Sheraton Hotel, right next to the naval base.
That is exactly where you need to go for the extension of the tourist visa. Number 3, what do you need to bring with you? So these are the things you need to bring with you, and also what I learned in the experience. Number 1 will be your passport. Number 2, you need to know when your current visa expires. To extend your tourist visa, you need to go between day 80 and day 90, in that 10-day period. You cannot go earlier or they will not allow you to extend. Why, I don't know. Those are just the rules. After that, you need to bring money, pesos, to pay for your fee for the extension. Also know that it's called the proroga, so you can mention that to the person when you get there to choose Google Translate. Also know you do not need to make an appointment. You can just show up on any day or whenever you want. Also, a few other good things to know is that there's a bathroom there, there's a food stand, and I highly recommend either bringing a book or headphones for your experience. Hey everybody, if you're getting value out of this video, I highly suggest you check out these videos here as well. I've got a video here about the Perito Moreno Glacier and the top things to know, as well as other videos in the Argentina playlist about what it was like to study Spanish for free in Buenos Aires at one of the local schools, culture shocks of Buenos Aires and Argentina overall, the don'ts of traveling in Argentina, and more information there that'll hopefully help you watching. And also, if you are getting value, please smash the subscribe button down below, drop some comments, overall information you could help with the community. And without further ado, let's jump back into the video. When should you go? So there's no exact time when you need to go as far as days of the week or earlier morning, but this is what I recommend. Well, first off, you need to go in that 10-day period of between 80 and 90. So that'll kind of put you in a certain window of what days of the week you can go, between Monday and Friday. But I recommend going in the morning, because as we know with many bureaucracies out there, which is what immigration falls under, things always go slower. So go in the morning, gives you more time, and then you don't have to rush and be worried. So I'll give you a quick overview here. So this might help you in not having anything go wrong like it did for me at the beginning of my experience. So on the morning of, I went to the immigration office closest to my apartment. What I found out is it wasn't actually the right one. It wasn't the one in Antarctica Street, which is actually closer to Retiro Station.
All right, so walking around the wild goose chase here, trying to figure out where the hell Migraciones is. Right now I'm on the other side of the Sheraton Hotel, across from Retiro Station, and we'll see. Gonna go give it a look. See a Bus sign, a building in the distance. Hopefully it's up here.
Once getting there, when you get inside, you're gonna wanna go to building 3.
All right, so I was given bad information. It's not building 6, edificio 6. Supposedly it's edificio 3, and for proroga. So let's go over there, check it out.
And there you're gonna walk inside. You're gonna go to this first line here, show the agent your Google Translate, tell them why you're there, extend your tourist visa or for proroga, and then they'll go up to the first agent. I then use Google Translate again to explain to that agent what I was there for. He looked at my passport, told me to sit down. Waited about 10 minutes. He called me back by my name, got up there, gave me a piece of paper, which is basically my receipt. It had what I was there for, my number for the turno, and basically just told me to wait. Then basically I turned around, you'll see right behind me is a big board. Overall, why I said go in the morning is that particular day, there was about a spot for about 15 agents, immigration agents, but only 4 were working. So thankfully it didn't take too long, but that could be playing into the factor of how long you wait. I then waited for about like another hour and change, used the bathroom, kind of hung out in the area, listened to a podcast, then I got called. And this is what you can expect in that experience. I basically went up to my agent, told her why I was there using the Google Translate, it said extension of tourist visa, and she was like, okay. She asked me for my passport first, then asked me, hey, was I in that grace period of 80 to 90 days? Then basically had me do fingerprints, and then everything was on her side. She asked me to step outside for a second and wait a little bit longer, and then I came back. She basically handed me a little piece of paper, said go on the other side, which you could see here.
Now it looks like it's time to go over and pay for the extension for the visa. So let's go, 4,000 pesos.
After paying for my tourist visa, you bring the receipt back to your agent. She told me to wave, I waved to her, got her attention, sat back down. Then they give you a piece of paper. Now this part's important here, pay attention. From there online, I had seen people having a problem with this part, so I double checked. When the agent gave me a piece of paper explaining the steps for the next day, up to 48 hours on the migraciones.gov.ar website, which you need to go to, there's a code. They write it down, it's not typed out. So I read it back to the agent to make sure that it was like 2, 5 or 2, 5, ABC, ABC, and I understood the letters. So I would no confusion, no issues the next day. Because you basically need that code to go on the website in the next 48 hours, to plug it in, following the things you can see right here on the piece of paper, and then you go in there and you'll see your status. That status you want to change, and then from there you get a PDF, which is what you can expect. Save that PDF on your phone or on your desktop, laptop, and be able to present it to the immigration when you leave. Last thing to note, I chose that I want to kind of stay above board in my opinion, to either do a border run or to go to the immigration office to have the agents let you back in. Some people say that you don't need to, you just pay a fine at the end, which I'll link to this YouTuber right here, or some have reported just staying for longer and longer and longer. I would highly say if you're gonna play that in-between game, maybe consult an immigration attorney. So going this route, extending it to immigration here in Buenos Aires for another 90 days was the right call for me, and it was seamless and it was easy.